Oh my God, I am back. I'm joined again with my good friend / mortal enemy, Allison Rapp, bringing me Nintendo goodness all day long, all through E3 2015.
Yeah.
What do you have for me right now?
We're going to see Star Fox Zero.
Okay, so Star Fox Zero. This is a game I've been waiting for a very long time. I'm a big fan of stars and foxes, and especially when they go together.
Do you love my sick ink then?
I do. I think it's fantastic. Okay, so here's what I heard.
Yeah.
And tell me if I'm right here.
Yeah.
Star Fox Zero is not a reboot. It is not a sequel.
Correct.
It is not. What is it?
So I like to think of it as more of a reimagining.
Okay.
So if,
That's a reboot.
well, you said that you're a fan, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Are you a Star Fox fan or are you a fan of Stars and Foxes?
I'm all of those things. I'm a huge Star Fox fan.
Okay.
I really am.
So think of it as a game that's going to take stuff that is familiar to you. Of course, you've got Fox McCloud, Peppy Hare, Slippy. Is Slippy anybody's favorite? I don't know. And then Falco and General Pepper, Andros, things like that. And locations that you might be familiar with, some of those locations, like Corneria. But what's really fundamentally different is the way that you experience the game because of how it controls.
Sure.
So even the things that look familiar are going to feel totally different because of the way that you have to move through this space. And so the way that it works is, you said that you haven't had time with it yet, right?
Yes, I'm entirely.
Oh, you are in for a treat.
I'm trusting you. Everything you tell me, I have to believe. Just like our audience. Our audience hasn't played it. They're at home watching. So
what kind of lies can I come up with?
I mean, you're at a video game conference, so there's a million you could tell.
Ooh. So the way that you control your R-Wing now is you've got the gamepad and you've got the TV, right? And the TV and the gamepad have different views. So what you see on the TV, which is what people are seeing at home, is basically the view of the R-Wing in this space that you're flying.
Yeah.
So basically your ship view, what you normally see when you're playing like an old Star Fox game.
Sure. Wow,
but
that's
what
a good move.
what you see on your gamepad is going to be more of like your cockpit view. So it's less of what's going on like behind the ship and more of what you're aiming at with your guns. So the fundamental thing to keep in mind is that your ship, the R-Wing, and the guns are separate.
Right.
So in old games, you had to move your ship to where you wanted to shoot, which
You're
is
doing
not
a lot of
how
moving
planes,
around, which is good. It's very helpful.
which is not how planes work at all.
No.
Like real pilots aren't like, vroom, I gotta shoot this way, you know?
Hey, can I tell you another thing that is true to not how planes work?
Yeah.
Putting animals in them. That's not a thing you can really do. Now, I want to ask you a quick question. You mentioned Slippy. Is he still just a big mess? Like, can he get his life together? What is going on with his toes?
I don't know if Slippy's gotten his life together yet. He still does a few things where he's like, help me!
It's only been 20 years. He's
was
like,
was that like my Kermit voice?
Yeah, that's not. That wasn't him at all. Is this your first Star Fox game? He's always like, Fox, help! I can't tie my shoes.
Yeah, it's like a Muppet voice.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah, actually, there's a really great moment coming up where we'll see, or we probably won't be paying attention, but you like fend off all these enemies from this tower where General Pepper is kind of holed up, and the enemies start to retreat, and Slippy's like, let's go after him, and you're like, Slippy, you're
That's
like
not your
cutthroat,
style.
man.
Yeah. He's usually the guy that screws up all the action. He's not the one
So
that's
he's
like,
either like screwing up or he's chasing after guys who are retreating. So
Slippy's like, let's go to the club and pick up girls tonight. I'm turning over a new leaf.
Slippy. Yeah, he's still in there. What were we talking about? How you control the game, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So you've got this cockpit view, and so you've got your guns separate from your ship. And so what that means is that you can be flying in one direction and shooting in another because you use the gamepad's gyro to actually steer the guns. So if you played Splatoon, it's very similar. And then you control where the R-Wing is going with the sticks, the C-sticks. And then you've got, like, you can do somersaults and U-turns with the letter buttons and stuff like that.
So obviously there's...
Oh, look, let's go get him.
He's just wrecking this town.
He is vicious.
Whose city is this? It's a disaster. There's just animals flying over, blowing each other up.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
Uh-oh, and it's these scary robots.
Oh, it's their city. Oh, you can kill all of them.
Scary
I don't
robots,
care about So obviously we see the kind of on rails or guided sections, but then we see these kind of
The free range.
the free range open up areas, right? What do we know about multiplayer? Is there any sort of like dogfights? Is there anything you can tell me?
Nothing to announce at the
Nothing
time.
you can tell me.
Nothing.
We're friends. We are developing a friendship today.
Sometimes
and you still have nothing for me.
You know, like when you are like, friend, how do I look?
Yeah.
And you're going to the club and they're like, you look great, and you look like a mess.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing to you. I'm like, I'm keeping things from you.
Are you
for
negging
your own
me?
good.
Are you saying I look like a mess? This is a very Fox and Slippy relationship we have. I feel like I'm Slippy.
Right. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. You know. If that's
So
really you wanna
boss
have.
battles.
Boss battles. Yeah, we have one coming up actually. What is it? Flying Fortress Sandrosa or something like that. And what's cool is that there's actually 2 ways to take down that boss, which we'll see in a second. But what she's trying to do right now is she's hunting down these little robots that are trying to climb the tower.
Sure.
And you can also use kind of target mode, which I believe is with ZL. Sarah, can we see that? So what target mode does is it can center on like an objective or an enemy depending on where you're at. And then it puts you into kind of a cinematic view of the R-Wing. And so then you're kind of like locked on to an object, and you're using the sticks to fly around the object, and then you're also aiming the guns with the gamepad.
Wow.
So you've got like 3 things going on in your Slippy brain.
In your Slippy.
In your Slippy brain?
My Slippy brain.
Yeah.
Thanks again. You just keep negging me. So now, did that take you a little while to sort of adjust to? Because I know Star Fox is pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
it
was
did. It was kind of like an arcade shooter.
Yeah,
and now it's got
I played a lot of Star Fox 64 as a kid. I also played Star Fox Adventure, which is not like that.
No, it's not
but
at
I
all.
love. Anyway,
yeah.
we're not talking about Star Fox
I
Adventure.
used to love to beat up that Triceratops neck.
Yeah, tricky.
Yeah, you know why? Because I did not like that animal. So I would beat it with a staff.
Tricky. You throw the ball and he changes colors. Anyway, so yeah, so when I started Zero, I was playing Corneria, and I ended up dying in the boss.
Yep.
Because like I wasn't getting the I hadn't gotten where do I look when, and the fact that you're using 2 sticks plus the gyro plus the gamepad screen to control.
Yep.
But then there was this moment where the next time I played Corneria, it just clicked. And so I really do think that it's pretty intuitive. You just kind of have to like drop what you think that you know about controlling the R-Wing.
Just go zen.
Yeah, start over, because it doesn't move like the R-Wing used to. It doesn't control the same way. Like it used to just like have the 1 stick and like maybe a button.
Yep.
You know, and that was it. But now you've got like a billion, million, trillion things to worry about. So just forget all that stuff you knew. You're going to do a lot better if you just go into it fresh.
Good. That's actually some of my favorite things about Nintendo games in general is that sometimes the camera is so good that you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
You know, it just kind of works.
Yeah, they did a great job with this.
I want to point out here that Slippy said, "We got everybody, Fox. Everything's okay." And then this thing showed up to kill everyone. Why is Slippy on their team?
Slippy, oh man, he was like making you take your guard down, and then the boss showed up. He did that on purpose. I bet.
Okay, so let me ask you
this.
this:
Part of your headcanon?
If there was somebody at your job who is this consistently bad, this would come up in performance reviews, and they would be fired. But Slippy Toad gets a free pass. This is
Slippy
20
the
years.
mechanic? I can't remember what he does.
No one knows what he does. That's the thing. No one has any idea. He just sabotages missions. I think he works for Andros. That's my theory. I think he secretly works for the bad guys.
Oh, look what we're doing. Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
we're in
Chicken
walker
mode.
Chicken mode, walker mode. So we're in
chicken mode's better.
Right. Okay, well, I'll say walker. You can say chicken. This is the walker, and what the walker is, it's a way to, I liked it because it's kind of a stable experience. Like, you're not constantly having to worry about your flying. Of course, you can only use it on land. You can still dodge and stuff like that, but it's also good for like smaller spaces.
So we're inside the boss right now.
Yeah, so this is actually one of the ways you can defeat the boss.
So what's going on outside? Is everyone
outside?
okay? We just hope for the best. We're in
Turns
here.
out Slippy's like sabotage everyone.
We're like, let's play chicken time, and everyone out there is getting shot up. So, but this is important, right? You have to go in here and actually take out.
Yeah. So there's 2 ways to defeat this boss. One is that outside there were those like laser guns on the top and the bottom. You can shoot those down, and the fortress just crumbles. Or what you can do is you can shoot one part of it, and a part falls off. And then an opening opens up, and you can fly in, change into the walker, and then take out the core, which is what Sarah just did.
Wow.
Yeah. I actually didn't know about that one until I kept sucking, and they're like, you can try that one too. Oh, okay.
So real quick, let's talk about sort of like the game progression. Are there branching paths? How long does it take to beat? What happens when it ends? Why is Slippy not fired? I have a lot of questions about Star Fox.
I think that you should come up with your own story.
You know, you do this a lot. You leave the narrative in my hands. And like my DeviantArt can only can only hold so much.
Well, it comes out this holiday, so it's not too long of a wait for you to
Good.
find out. Yeah. And I
good
think
to
we're
know.
going to see some of Area 3, right, Sarah? Yeah. So Area 3 is another stage on the show floor demo, which is what we're seeing right now. And this is the first time that we've shown this off today, like,
At all?
with you guys.
With us or with everyone?
Well, it might have been on Trails Live. I can't remember.
Did you show this to anybody else? How dare you? We're IGN. You're supposed to bring this stuff to us first,
I'm sorry.
and then we go spray paint everybody's logos.
But I thought we were your fave.
Yeah. It's not working. You're trying to win me over. It's not working. You're bringing this
Okay.
demo to everybody. That's ridiculous. What do I get? Nothing
We're so
special for me here.
friendly, But it's special.
Speaking of this demo,
It's Area 3.
No, you're just trying to charm me. I'm not falling for it. Let me
right.
ask you a question about this
Yeah.
demo right now.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that fans will be able to play this themselves, or do they have to come here?
Right now they have to come here.
Right. I know right now they have to come here.
Yeah.
What about
I don't know
what
if we
about
have any
next
plans for future cons, because
Okay.
I know there's a few cons before holiday season.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about future plans for that. We'll definitely, I know we always put out a press release detailing what we're going to be showing at each of the cons, so that would be where to look.
week? So what do
if
we?
they are
Where are we
interested.
here? Are we shooting up Halo? What's that giant ring back there?
So there's a colony back there, and you actually do kind of do stuff with that colony in the later part of the mission, which we won't see. We're just
Okay.
going to see a battle with Pigma in a little bit. And
With
Pigma sounds like a frazzled New Yorker, which is my favorite part.
That's
yeah.
why we get along. That's
Right.
because that's my house
Right,
style.
right, yeah. So right now we're just in all range mode. We're taking out some of the random enemies that are flying around, protecting our squad mates, and eventually Pigma's going to show up.
Why do the animals all hate each other? What happened?
The pigs hate the foxes. I don't know, man. Is this like some dystopian?
It is.
Yeah.
And all the people are gone.
All the people are gone. Only the animals are
animals
left.
rule the earth, and they hate each other.
But is there really Earth?
It's not even the earth.
Yeah.
It's the whole.
It's
the
animals
whole
in
universe.
space.
Animals in space. You know what? That's a great name for this game. I would have called this game Star Fox Zero Animals in Space.
Bringing it back to like the core.
Yep.
The core of what the game is. Yeah.
So here we've got this all-out war, this giant dogfight.
Yeah.
It's really awesome looking.
Oh,
There's Pigma in the corner
snap.
over there.
Oh, I bet the people at home can hear Pigma.
So now
Did he
we
just
can.
say goody goodies?
Yes, he did.
Oh man.
He's a talking pig. Just be happy he can say anything.
Right. I also really like that they brought back kind of like the
Yeah.
mouth movements.
Yep.
And they also, well, they don't actually do this. I wish that they did in my own heart. But do you remember in Star Fox 64 how the voices were like, my emperor?
Yeah.
You know, like it was.
So
I love that so much.
I have a
I've never
technical
heard
question
it.
for this. Did you mocap actual animals for this?
Move their mouths.
Did you get some pigs on
I
green
wonder.
screen?
I wonder. I should ask when I get back.
Because
So
if you really want them
Yeah.
to speak more realistically,
Right.
you need to send a couple animals into space
We also
on
have to
green
teach
screen
pigs
and see
how to
they
say
act.
goody goodies.
Yeah.
Oh, he's referencing Star Wolf, so
Yeah.
I wonder if we get to see Star Wolf later. So the Pigma battle is kind of interesting. It's kind of teaching you how to effectively use your somersaults and your
Yeah.
U-turns to take him out. So Pigma likes to do the thing where he ends up behind you, just like a torpedo or some kind of missile, and so you have to constantly be using the TV as well as the gamepad, because the TV is going to show you where you are in relation to Pigma while you're targeting
Yeah.
him, right? But the gamepad is where you actually see him in your scope, so you know that you're able to shoot at him.
Yeah, he keeps flying behind you. You know
Yeah,
what?
he's a stinker. It's actually a pretty tricky battle.
You need guns in the back of your R-wing.
Whoa. Like
Yeah,
R-wing butt guns?
there's another
Butt
free idea
guns.
for Nintendo. Guns on the back of a ship.
Butt
Shoot
guns.
everywhere.
Yeah. Stop treating me like a pork roast. Get out. Oh yeah, so the bar on the bottom, if you're wondering, that's
Yeah.
the boost and brake bar.
So what are the blue circles that thing
Blue
that we
circles?
see coming out of the blue ship, out of the R-wing? It's
Those
like a
look
little,
like toots.
You know what? I was gonna say
You're
that
gonna say
word.
it and then you didn't.
I was gonna say farts, but you said toots, which is adorable. So there are toots. Toots are confirmed for Star Fox.
Yeah. R-wing toots. That wasn't half bad. Good job. Good job, Sarah. That was actually pretty quick. Raises her
Nice
hands.
work, Sarah.
Yeah. So that's area 3 of the show floor demo. Like I said, that section actually continues, and you get to see a little bit of the walker as well in the rest of that segment. But
Awesome.
Not today.
So that is Star Fox Zero.
Yes.
You can't tell me where it fits in the Star Fox canon, but you never have that information for me, so it's fine. I have to make it up, and just our audience does too.
I mean, think about other Nintendo canon.
Don't make me do that. I'll be here all night. Speaking of being here, we are going to continue to be here. We've got more games to show you here on IGN. Thank you so much, Allison.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Confirmed
Our
in
wing
Star
toots.
Fox. IGN E3. We got your back.
Breaking news.